Help. It's late in the morning, and still dark outside. I can hear the tornado sirens in the next county over, but the weather radar is clear. Where is the sun?
This afternoon, panic is taking hold on the nation in response to the sudden disappearance of the sun, with violent riots taking place in just about every major city. We are receiving an influx of reports of ransacking and looting from New York, Chicago, Los Angeles, Dallas, and Washington, D.C., with hundreds more isolated incidents coming in hourly. The president made a public statement this morning urging people to remain calm and stay in their homes. Meanwhile, experts are claiming this phenomenon to be an event similar to New England's Dark Day in 1780, and that things will return back to normal.
The power keeps going out, and I keep hearing noises outside, sometimes far away, sometimes close. I can't sleep. I think the noises outside are gunshots. It is still dark. The news said it would be back to normal by now, but it isn't. Now the news isn't even coming in. TV signal is gone. The noises keep happening outside, and I can barely keep track of the time anymore. I'm honest to God terrified. I'm so tempted to go outside. Should I? I went outside. I saw something out there I can't really explain, but I can show you. I looked for stars or planets as you all suggested. The sky was absolutely pitch black. Could be because of clouds or something else. Still shaken from the short time I was outside, I don't know what that flashing light was, but it was following me. Day 3. Still no sign of daylight. It is getting colder. A person just ran by on my street. 2 of the same flashing lights I saw yesterday were following him. They were gone by the time I got my phone out to record. Sorry everyone, reception went out yesterday. I was worried it wouldn't come back on. No signs of activity outside. Come to think of it, it has been a while since I heard a gunshot. Something just flew over my house. I couldn't see it, too dark outside, but a wave of heat just came over me. Feels like the temperature increased by like 10 or 15 degrees. Just compared the sound of this video to the sound of the helicopter footage I posted a few days ago. Whatever this was, it was definitely not a helicopter. Oh, thank God! One of my friends is still alive. He just texted me. Dude, please tell me you were still alive. Yes, I'm alive. Where the hell have you been? Why did it take you this long to reach me after I called you like 40 times? I'm sorry, but my phone was died and I was just now able to start charging it. You're still at your house, right? Yes. Okay, good. I'm still a 2 days drive away, but I'm coming to you. I'm not really sure if that is a good idea or not. Why? What have you seen? LOL, dude, you have no fucking idea. Now we have another problem. This guy has been standing completely still with his back towards me. I have no idea how long he's been standing there. He's still standing there. Hasn't moved. Get away from the window. Keep all lights off. Do not talk to them or let them in. And if you see any flashing lights, hide. Whoever was standing outside is gone now. Shit! To those of you asking, I'm doing alright, hiding in my room and waiting this out. I haven't heard any more knocking, but I don't want to get anywhere near the front door to check. And don't worry, I have a way to defend myself if worst comes to worst. If anyone knows anything about what is going on, please message me. 911 and other emergency lines are not responding, and the only radio I have is out in the car, so I'm trying to gather as much information online as I can. Hey, brother. I'm from British Columbia. I don't know much, but I do know that you should never look into the red light. Ever. If you do, you become like the guy who was at your door. I don't get it. It's sunny where I am. To be completely honest, I have no idea how to explain this. So, I have good news and bad news. Uh-oh. Good news is I'm closer to you now. Bad news is I'm out of fuel. There are no active gas stations anywhere close to me. All of the power is down, and all of the gas stations nearby are electric gas pumps. Oh no. Not good. How far away are you? Prob still 8 or 9 hours away. He isn't even that close. I'm really conflicted. Some of you say I should go, some of you say I should stay. What should I do? Someone is screaming outside. I am really not sure about leaving now. After hearing that, traveling at all seems like a terrible idea. Well, if you were thinking of driving 8 hours before, I think your answer is quite clear now. Clearly you need to stay where you are. Forget about leaving your friend, though should try to make it to you since he's already out and about. Ask him how he's avoiding detection. How are you avoiding detection? I'm just staying in the car. It's locked and off at the moment. After I catch a few winks, I'm going to try to take a look around. Alright, stay safe. Always, bud. You too. It's been really quiet today. I noticed it warmed up after that thing flew over my house again last night. This was only the second time. Don't worry about me, dude. I'll find a way to get to you eventually. I walked around for a couple of hours and haven't seen anyone, human or otherwise, on the highway. So I'm pretty sure I'll be safe here while I figure out what to do. Do you have enough food and supplies? Yeah, I have enough even if I'm stranded here for a while. Don't worry about me, worry about yourself. I'm really surprised the power has stayed on for this long. Only a few outages here and there. But I'm still extremely paranoid that it will go out permanently any time now. You all have been bringing up the solar lights outside. They actually aren't solar. I have them on a timer outside and I can't turn them off without leaving the house. I feel exhausted all the time now. I think my internal clock is completely screwed up. I can see a faint light outside my bedroom window. Going downstairs to check it out. I cannot fucking believe I'm still alive. You didn't look directly into the red light, right? Yes. You are absolutely sure? Yeah, I'm sure. What street did both of us live on when we were kids? Why? Answer the question. Frazier Road. Okay. We're good. Damn it, don't scare me like that. Beware of headlight. I was looking around and just found this. No earthly idea what it means. Sometimes I feel like I have a good handle on this whole situation and I'm thinking rationally and logically. But other times I feel like bawling. Day 9. Sorry about that tweet last night. What happened at the window got to me a bit. Anyway, I'm currently in touch with a couple of people with some experience and some info on what's going on. Details soon. So, to give you some background, my name is Tucker. I live in Virginia. I was working a night shift when all this shenanigans went down. Just about to clock out for the day when I realized that the sun wasn't up like it normally was when I clocked out. I kinda shrugged it off at first, but after a few hours I was getting really worried. I live close to a relatively large city, so you can imagine what I had to go through when the riots started. Long story short, when I was heading out of town to get away from this mess, I met this guy named Flynn who was talking about these things that hunt people down. At this point, I didn't believe him, but I started to notice that the crowds and traffic congestion on highways started slowly dissipating. Before you know it, the roads were completely empty. Terrifying shit. Flynn and I started traveling together after that. We'd been finding dark places to hide, enough food and water to stay alive. We were doing pretty good for the first week. But then, just a few days ago, he came back inside after taking a leak and started losing it. Kept going on, just talking nonsense. It went on for days, and I was worried that all the stress from the situation got to him. But one day, it all stopped, and he wouldn't speak, wouldn't even acknowledge me. He just stood like a statue for probably a full 12 hours. Then he attacked me out of nowhere. I tried to keep him away, but he just wouldn't stop. I had to stop him. There was nothing else I could do. Anyway, I've been living on my own for the past couple of days. It's been tough, but thankfully I found an area with power and internet, which is why I can talk to you. Thank you for sharing your story. I'm sorry to hear about Flynn. Please share my story. I want people to know about what happened. Of course. While I've been trying to collect info online, I completely forgot to check in on Danyon yesterday. He still hasn't responded to any of my texts. I'm hearing noises outside again. I swear to God, it sounds like someone is banging on my door, but there's no way in hell I'm going downstairs to check. It got in. I don't know how, but it got in. I'm hiding. I'm sorry if I'm gone for a while. I have to stay hidden and keep my phone off. It produces light. I am so sorry. Stay hidden, man, but please let us know as soon as you're safe. He's refused to tell me his name or his location yet. All I know is that he said his state is close to Virginia. Sorry if this is premature, but your buddy who, went insane? What nonsense did he say? I'd rather not talk about it. I found a place to hunker down for a while. Plenty of food, water, and power. I hate to do this, but does, at look into the light, sound like the nonsense your friend was saying? We think it may be Danyon, the sun-vanished friend who stopped responding. I don't want it to be true, but you're our only source of information for now. They are not like anything Flynn was saying at all. Don't give this person the time of day. I found his Twitter when looking for people online who were dealing with the same situation I am, so I made this account to reach out to him. It's global, but the majority of people are without power and therefore internet. Even more of a majority aren't themselves anymore. That's why news, government, everything stopped. We are the lucky few. It's finally gone. I think I'm safe now. I didn't stick around to get a good look, but they're big, and they can move fast as hell when they want to. I have no idea how, but the front door is unlocked and wide open. The alarm never came on either. I guess it got reset during one of the blackouts. Some good news for once. Daniel is back. Before you all ask, he seems to be in his right mind. I need to get serious about securing my house. It's primitive, I know, but it's a first step, and apparently more reliable than my alarm system. Let me know if you all have other ideas to keep my house secure. It's getting colder again. I'm running low on food and water. I feel like I could sleep for a week. I found a car with a decent amount of gas in the tank. All I need is a siphon. Don't worry, bud. I'll be there soon. Yeah, I've got plenty of food and water where I am. Plus, I know where to get more. I wish I could help TSV. I have a confession to make. I've been keeping something from you all. Over the course of the last week, I've been increasingly paranoid about someone or something coming into my house while I'm sleeping. And I don't think it's one of those lights. It feels different. I can't explain it, but I can sense it. And last night, after I put cans on door handles, I've been waking up to clanging sounds. But I'm not certain if it's real or just my imagination. So, now it's time to put my paranoia to the test. If the flower is disturbed, we will know. The person from British Columbia who messaged me earlier just sent me this. I had a nightmare about that picture. Just woke up to more screaming outside. The screaming isn't like last time. Very sporadic. I can't tell where it's coming from. The flower is untouched. I keep trying to record the screaming when I hear it, but the microphone isn't picking it up. I think the screaming is coming from the neighbor's house. Yeah, my parents and sister are staying together. They're on the West Coast, but seem to be doing fine. I check in on them regularly. Just curious, what year did we graduate high school? LOL, what? Never mind. This has been on my mind lately. I know you all don't trust Daniel. I've been reading your tweets and messages, but I just can't bring myself to confront him. He's my friend. I don't have an abundance of those right now. The person who sent me the picture a few nights ago hasn't responded. The flower test hasn't worked yet. The reoccurring screaming outside? I'm about ready to snap. I'm a couple hours away now. What's your address again? I can't believe I'm doing this. Should I trust Daniel? Dude, where are you? I've been waiting. Answer my question. What year did we graduate high school? Bud, we don't have time for this. Answer my question. Answer my question. Are you okay? I'm fine. I'm sorry to say this, but I'm not sure I trust you. Likewise. Well, I guess that's it then. Since you all won't stop DMing me about updates, here's updates for you. I haven't slept since the screaming, ran out of bottled water days ago, been drinking from the faucet, very close to running out of food too, and I hope losing my only close friend will be worth it. Happy? That guy has been pretty suspicious, but I don't know. Honestly, TSV is acting worse than Daniel is. I'm pretty worried. I just woke up and came downstairs to this. Oh my god. I don't know if it's Daniel. I don't know if it's someone else, but I don't plan on sticking around to find out. It's not safe here anymore. I'm packing up and I'm leaving. It's been in the back of my mind for a while, but I'm heading out to the neighbor's house where I've been hearing the screaming. Wish me luck. I'm staying low and staying away from streetlights and other light sources, using my flashlight sparingly. This is where I heard the screaming. I'm sure of it.
Hello? Hello?
I found fresh food and water here. Checked every room to be sure I'm alone. It's not just in my head. I know I heard screaming. It was ongoing. And I'm glad I came to investigate because now I have food, water, and a safer place to stay. There have been no signs of activity outside whatsoever. I don't know what's happening exactly, but something's changed. There's a lot more activity outside than I have ever seen before. I've been taking a break from the internet for a bit, trying to recuperate myself. My mind is much clearer now than it was before. I don't know what the catalyst was, but something changed when I left my home. It's been getting worse. I don't have any windows for obvious reasons, but I can hear it all. I can see a blue light from the crack under my door. What's going on at the Mad Joy? Please message me. I think I discovered something interesting. I need to do an experiment to make sure. Details soon. The glass of water is from the neighbor's house I've been staying at. The bottle is from my house about a week ago. Is it just me? Or is the water from my house darker? I feel terrible for what I did and said to Danyan. It's too quiet. I don't like this. I was walking past the coffee table and I noticed this sticking out from under a couple of magazines. I'm going to hang on to this. Makes me wonder if there's anything else around the house. Notes, papers, anything. I'm going to check and poke around. Found nothing yet, and still no response from Danyan or Tucker. I feel so isolated. FYI, it is sort of a sensitive subject, but I don't have any family to contact. So you all can stop asking. Guys, Danyan is still alive. He just texted me. Listen, I know you don't trust me, and I don't trust you. But if you're still you, you have to get low. Get out of sight, whatever it takes. I've taken Danyan's advice, but I haven't seen or heard anything yet. Still deathly quiet. Whatever flew over my house before is back, but this time it isn't leaving. This thing is making sounds I've never heard before. The vibrations are shaking the house. couldn't see anything out the window, but I quickly snapped a few pictures just in case before taking cover. I can't believe what I'm looking at. Day 30. It's still there, still making noise. I've locked myself in the bathroom, where there's no windows, trying and failing to sleep. I just woke up to this. I just heard yelling, but this time it sounded like the person was in agony. It's just quiet now. The blue light is still here. The blue light finally disappeared, and that thing flew off and left. Should I leave the bathroom now, or stay put for a little while longer? I left the bathroom. I'm trying my best to stay calm as I type this, but I think there's a dead body in the middle of the street. There's no way I'm taking a picture of a dead body. This is too gruesome. I'm just going to try to avoid it. To take my mind off of what is outside, I dug deeper into the piles of books and papers scattered around the house, and I found something intriguing. I regret my decision to stay. It has gotten incredibly lonely, and I have come to terms with the fact that I may never see Martha or my grandkids again. I pray to God that they, at the very least, are safer than I am. I have no real caution or regard for my own life anymore. I can only hope that what I gather from my near-suicidal experiments can be useful to someone else at a later date. I either die and be at peace, or I get more information. Both outcomes sound favorable. Experiment notes. I placed several flashlights around the perimeter of the house, testing them at different intensities, the control being no light at all. I believe the entities are more attracted to the flashlights than myself. Why? I got back inside before any permanent damage was done. Experiment notes. Blue lights appeared after day 6 in the dark. Significance? Light sources do not seem to attract their presence. Unlike the entities producing white/red flashing lights, the blue lights are higher in elevation and also seem to come from a different entity altogether. I believe the blue lights may also be more likely to more in unison. However, there is no way to know for certain until they return. If they return at all. It finally happened. I was being reckless, and I looked into the lights. The red light. I feel empty inside. The sun is back. Yes, the sun is still gone. I've no clue what this journal is talking about. Seems like the same talking nonsense Tucker was talking about with his friend Flynn. I am alive. Sorry I was gone so long. Power went out where I was, so I've relocated. Trying to slowly work my way towards the west coast, so my reception is a bit spotty. I saw the picture you took with the thing in the sky. If you ever see one of those again, get as low as you can. And if you see the blue light, do not let it shine on you. I'm so glad to hear from you. Are you okay? Daniel texted me saying to stay low too. Yeah, I've been doing okay considering what I've been through. Why should I not let the blue light shine on me? What happened that makes you say that? Well, when I got out, I saw someone running away. And when the blue light shined on them, they... suffice it to say, it wasn't pretty. Just past the Virginia state line. Hoping my family will be okay. They said they haven't seen anything out of the ordinary. The body's just gone. Didn't see what happened to it, but it's not in the street anymore. I took a chance and decided to drive through Indianapolis. That was a mistake. Crawling with headlights. The water from this house is dark now. Thankfully I filled up my bottles with clean water, but I won't be able to stay here much longer after I run out. Daniel, I'm sorry for what I did. Please respond. 20 hours later, still no response. Been hiding out waiting for the roads to clear, slowly making progress. Thankfully, there's been no activity to take note of. I'm worried about Tucker, though. Guys, someone is at the window. It's too dark to make out anything. I just hear frantic knocking. It could be Daniel, or it couldn't be. I guess there's only one way to find out. They're still there at the window. I don't know what to do. The person is still standing at the window, but they aren't making noise anymore. Oh god, never mind. They're banging on the window now. I think with their head? They're in the house now. They're looking for me. Been hiding for 20 hours. I think they're gone. I need to check the house first. Where should I check first? I'm heading upstairs. The person has definitely been up here. They're still there upstairs. Just snap this before getting out of there. Staying low. Staying safe. She seems to be in a trance. She was trying to track me down before, but now, even if I'm right in front of her, she doesn't react. I don't think she's a threat anymore. I locked her in the room where she's standing. Holy shit. I woke up to find the door busted open. Oh god. She's here. After the car horn, I heard a gunshot. I found your Twitter. Is that you honking outside? And the gunshot? Yep. So we have the same problem as we had before. Can I trust you? At your 11th birthday party, I gave you a Batman Lego set. Is that good enough? Grab your stuff. Let's go. Now I'm finally back. There's so much that I have to catch you all up on. You won't believe what I've seen. After the last video I tweeted, Daniel and I drove a ways into the boonies to stay away from where all the activity is in town. He brought camping gear, so we've stayed in a tent out in the woods for the last couple weeks. It wasn't long before we were out of range from any cell towers, but I made sure to still document anything significant. On our way out of town, we noticed what looked to be a star in the sky. But almost as soon as I pulled my phone out, the star disappeared. Once we got far away enough where we couldn't see the city lights anymore, we set up camp. It was actually sort of peaceful for a bit, and it gave Daniel and I plenty of time to catch up. But unfortunately, there was some rising conflict between us. Danyon isn't a fan of me broadcasting my situation to the internet. He thinks it's dangerous. My philosophy is that I have a chance to reach other people who might be in the same situation as I am. But suffice to say, he hasn't been in a hurry to get back to reception. At this point, we had been arguing for days on what to do next, until our decision was made for us. The storm rolled in, and we saw this. So, with the activity getting closer to our campsite, I finally convinced Janyan for us to pack up and drive towards the closest cell tower. Do I trust Danyon? Yes. Do I trust his judgment? I'm not so sure. We've been camping out next to the cell tower. Danyon took the car and left a few hours ago to find more fuel to siphon. While Danyon is gone, I'm free to answer any questions you all have. How close is the activity to your campsite? I haven't seen anything yet, thankfully. Fingers crossed. Hey, TSV, I'm Nat. I've survived 2 months now thanks to the info you've accumulated and shown us. I owe you. I want to make Guide for Survival, pick up where the news outlets left off. I've been trying to collect anything I can from other survivors out there and was wondering if you have any tips. Without knowing your situation, all I can say is to stay low. If you're inside, stay away from windows and doors. Good luck to you in your survival guide. Did you see that thing in the sky again? No, not since the video I posted a few days ago. Why do you think the sun went out? I honestly have no clue. There's a lot of speculation and theories floating around, but I'm more focused on staying alive and out of trouble. Aren't you even a little bit curious? There's so much going on and so little explanation. Somebody has to be the truth seeker. I have a piece of advice, a little obvious but useful in case no one knows. If you hear a shuddering sound and flashing lights, get on the ground and do not move. If you think you have time, hide in a room with no windows, or if you're outside, hide on the ground or in a ditch. I hope this info is worth something. Hey, it's weird to think there's others of you out here. I'm experiencing this in Georgia, but the cell towers have been out for a long time. So I never thought to contact anyone else. The situation is bad here as well. I've kept decently safe around my house. I was a pretty paranoid person to begin with, so everything was locked up, and I rarely went outside. I was with my brother, until the supplies started to run out. He went out there with an old radio we had. I had contact with him for a while, and, well, I haven't seen him or heard from him in about a week. I'm worried, but knowing him, he might be fine. My parents live near, but just before this happened, my mom went to New Zealand to visit her family. I just hope it's safe over there and that I can contact them soon since the cell signal is back up. Sorry for this being so long, but it's nice to see people out there. I was worried there wasn't anyone left. That's my story at least, but I can't shake the feeling like something is behind all this, and it's closer to home than we think. Forget the world you know. Forget economy, religion, gender, and the barriers we have built for each other in the sun. If you want to survive, you will have to do whatever it takes, even the things you would not have done months ago. Stay away from them and away from the lights. Hey, good to see there are others like me out there, surviving and staying hidden. I've been at my folks' camp in upstate New York for some time now, managing to live off canned goods they keep here. They weren't home when I made it to their house, and I haven't been able to get a hold of them since it got dark. As a matter of fact, I haven't seen or heard any of the handful of locals that live in this area. It's almost like everyone vanished. I thought I heard gunshots back in June one night, but I was sleeping when the noise started, so I'm not too sure. Tried contacting @TheSunVanished after I got this Twitter account working, but I'm not sure if they got the message. I got no response. Next time I hear those weird angry washing machine noises outside the RV, I'll try to get some video. I don't understand. How can all these people on Twitter still be seeing the sun if we can't? What the hell is going on? Don't know how much longer I can stay here. I'm almost out of food and water. Might have to go into town and have a look around. It's creepy as hell. I drove through the night this all started and haven't been back through since. I'll see if I can post pics of what I find. Tried plenty of stations, but I haven't been able to get a whole lot on my radio. Maybe there's still people broadcasting out there? I just woke up and Danyan is still gone. Heyo, sorry if this message sends later than it should. Cell towers in Georgetown shorted out a few weeks back. Haven't been able to get into contact with anyone since. Word of advice. Don't go onto the 113 if you're in Delaware. It's an impractical death sentence. And for the love of God, do not go to any military base within your area. Try going to the Coast Guard station just outside of Georgetown. It ain't a pretty sight through there. That's really all I had to say. I'll keep you posted if any other exploits or warnings come up. It might be common knowledge, but I don't think it hurts to note that I'm 100% certain different colored objects have different behaviors. Red ones are more aggressive, and the only blue lights I've ever seen have looked like they were way further up than the others. Where are you? No response in close to 12 hours. Hello, Nat. I saw you from At the Sun Vanished, and I thought it would be helpful to talk to you. I live in Utah, in a pretty rural area with farms and stuff. I am a teenager. I used to live with my parents a bit, and they went out looking for supplies about a week and a half ago. So now I don't have anybody. I didn't have a lot of friends in the first place, but now I don't have any, and it's getting pretty lonely out here. You didn't see people often before, but now you don't see anybody. In the beginning, I heard a couple gunshots, but they stopped soon. Now all I hear is weird noises sometimes. My dad was a trucker, so we have a pretty big radio. The only thing I heard was keep low and stay away from the lights. Most importantly, don't let anyone in unless they have proof of their sanity. And I haven't heard anything since. Right now I'm locked in my room, and there is someone outside of my door walking around the house. I'm running out of supplies, and I think I need to get out of here. I'm just waiting for the right time. I just hope that people like me and you can outlive this. I'm stuck here with no car, no gun, just a tent and the essentials. Hey Nat, my name's Bo. I'm an air traffic controller at MacDill Air Force Base here in Florida. Only about 40 of us are left. Currently we're hiding in a small bunker outside the main base. I just wanted to share the transmissions from other military installations in the United States government we've been able to receive. It didn't take the military that long to realize that firearms were not very effective against these things. The darkness made it especially hard for us to fight them before it was too late. The government was crippled in a matter of days, and the last thing we heard from the White House was that the president was being transported to a safe location. We lost contact with Fort Benning a week ago, and without them we are completely in the dark about what's going on. We've managed to stay hidden, but people are getting restless, and because of that, I don't see us lasting much longer. If MacDill fell, chances are almost every other base in the US has too. In my opinion, I think we're on our own for now. The one piece of advice I think I can share with you is to remember that everything we do from now on is dangerous. Don't move if you don't have to, and always stay on your guard, because chances are you're being watched. I'll try to keep in touch. God bless you and stay safe. I only have 38 hours of battery left, if Danyan doesn't come back with the car. Hello, Nat. Name's Burak. I live in Izmir, Turkey, and I have a few tips for you to post in your survival guide. Here's the first thing. I found a military base and decided to sneak in. I went in the time you didn't say anything about it. There were warnings, energy, and food. I went to check it out. Here's what happened. First off, in the base there were multiple red lights. I could hear them. The Turkish army's water supply is extremely dark. Haven't seen any men, but my experience was traumatizing. Guys, we have a new problem. I can't see anything, but I can hear someone walking around my tent. Oh God, never mind. Now I can see. This one is different from the others. It's just wandering aimlessly and flickering at random intervals. You should go investigate it. Seems like it's malfunctioning or something. This would be the perfect chance to get a good look at what we are up against. I'm fighting the urge to go check it out. I know it's too risky, but I've only 5 hours of battery left. Not a single sign of Daniel returning, and not much else to lose. Hey, not sure if anyone will see this. I'm Charles from the Chicago area. I've been hiding out up near Lake County and made my way to the city. I've had nasty run-ins with the lights, but just made it. I'm currently hiding inside the O'Hare Airport. If anyone can send some backup or a team or something, it will be appreciated greatly. However, the lights are patrolling the property, so you have to be careful. I've been moving around the airport. Warning, if you hear footsteps, do not approach. Hide and wait to see if they're human. Signs of life include breathing, consistent movement, and intelligible speech. I'm leaving the tent to investigate outside. Quickly snapped this photo and got the hell out of there. I followed it into the crops to get a good look at it. The crops are about 6 to 7 feet high, so that gives you a good idea of how much taller it was. Less than 2 hours of battery left. I'm powering down my phone for now. Wish me luck. I hope to hear from you again. Hey there, Nat. My name's James, and I live in the Midwest in a pretty small town. I've been on my own without contact from friends or family for the past 2 weeks or so, and I've only left my bedroom, which is located in my apartment, twice to go get all the food and water I possibly can. There's been several points where I could see those lights, mostly just flashing through my bedroom window and nothing else. Thing is, I have no idea what to do when resources run out. I suppose I could go about it like TSV and escape to somewhere safer. Speaking of which, has there been any news on government institutions, mainly things like FEMA shelters or the military? I'm sorry for all of this rambling. I've needed to talk to someone for weeks. Yeah. Anyways, just stay safe. I hope for the best for everyone in this disaster. Hey everyone. Sorry it's been so long. Before you ask, no, I'm not really okay. The trek to the West Coast was unsuccessful. I couldn't get through Indianapolis. I haven't heard from my family. I haven't heard from my family. Just caught up on TSV's situation. Wow. I don't trust Danyan or TSV at all. At all. They're both very suspicious. TSV isn't safe. I'm not safe. Nobody is safe. You cannot trust anyone except for yourself. Save yourself. Hello there. I'm in a suburban area in Wisconsin. I'm currently alone and have snuck over to the outskirts of the nearby city. It seems like there are more strobes in the more densely populated areas like cities. My advice is to just sneak into other nearby homes to look for supplies instead of higher risk areas. Hey Nat, my name's Chris. My girlfriend and me are dealing also with this situation. We are located in Germany. We found shelter in an old abandoned bunker from World War II. We feel safe for now. We've lost contact with our relatives about 2 weeks ago. Sounds and light attracts these things. A lot of people in our little town we were living are like mindless now. Water is dark and it seems it causes hallucinations. And I also have something to share. Military ain't a good idea. Firstly, we tried to go to the police station, but it was empty. Then we went to a military base. We heard gunshots and there were dozens of red lights and hundreds of those mindless people going all crazy. We left as far as we could. And one thing more. Stay away from animals too. We saw a boar. It was staying on the same place for about 10 minutes. It's ridiculous, I know. But we doesn't had any food left, so I decided to kill it. Well, I tried. As I took my gun out, it turned around, stared at me, and attacked me. We escaped, but I think this boar was infected with whatever those lights do. Because a few hours later, the forest was full of animals and those mindless people. I guess they're somehow connected to each other. Now we are hiding in that bunker. Only 8 rounds left. 6 MREs and 3 bottles of water. Outside are dozens of them. If they don't go, I don't know what to do. Don't be dumb. Stay. Whatever it costs. I miss my family. Hello, Nat. It's James again. My situation has been getting steadily worse since that first message I sent you. More lights seem to be... I don't know, is patrolling the right word? They seem to act intelligently. Something probably already known by you, but whatever. And sentiently. I've also seen more of those weird ships. I call them origami ships. They periodically float above my neighborhood every 2 or so days. I guess trying to scope out for more survivors. I might try to make a beeline for it towards my car. I'll update you if that happens. Hey Nat, the name's Steve Baltimore. This is my first time gaining access to the internet in who knows how long ever since the sun first disappeared. So I've decided to give you my experience and advice dealing with this dilemma before I eventually lose access again, or die. To save time, I'll shorten it. I live in a neighborhood in the southern part of the Piedmont area of North Carolina. A group of friends and I have survived for around a few months or so. Timekeeping is not our priority. Having connections are important. In these times, having people you can trust at your side is great for your mentality. As for the rest of our neighborhood's residents, their homes went silent around a week after the sun disappeared. We've explored the neighborhood we are in, only to find nobody. Though we still stay at my house for now. Anyhow, I'll try to get back to you soon with better details. The connection is getting worse as I type. Thank you for listening. Should I try to message Tucker and interview him? Tucker, are you online? Yes. Can I help you? I wanted to ask you a few questions. Were you able to get back to Virginia? Yeah, back where I started. I see. Why do you repeat certain words and phrases? Excuse me? You've been repeating certain words and phrases in your tweets and messages. Usually a sign of drinking contaminated water? I'm fine. It isn't that big of a problem. Okay, well, what about your family? What happened to them? We are not talking about that. If you mention that again, I will block you. I will block you. Okay. Have you seen what the strobe/headlights look like? Kinda. I've been able to make out a silhouette of one of them. What did it look like? It kinda had the shape of a person, but definitely didn't move like a person. Can you elaborate? What did it move like? I don't know. Not normal. If it has the shape of a person, did you see its head? I don't know. Did it chase after you? How tall was it? I don't know. How did you get away? I don't fucking know. When you're in the moment, fight or flight, you aren't thinking about this shit. You don't know its details, you just have to stay alive. I'm sorry, but we just want to know what's going on. Nat, have you ever been in a situation like I have? Have you ever had to run like your life depends on it? Because if you had, you'd understand how difficult it is to recall things. When you're in situations like that, all you care about is one thing: survival. You're right. I haven't been through something like that. Nat, how old are you? 14. I get it. You're young and eager to obtain information because you have no idea what's really out there. But I promise you, if you experience things for yourself, you'd have a very different set of priorities. Where have you been staying this whole time? In your house? Yeah. So cut me some slack, because you haven't been through what I have. Listen, just give me some time. I'll come to you when I jog my memory about what I've seen, okay? Okay. I'm back. It's been a long time, but I'm back. I don't have much time. Extremely low battery, but there's a car close by. I can see it. From what I can tell, the car door is open and dinging, meaning the keys are still in the ignition. Oh god, it's warm here. This is a hot spot, but it's my one ticket to getting my phone charged and getting away from here. have to get to a colder location. I promise I'll explain everything. Alright, I'm not in a cold spot yet, but where I am will do for now. The ships have certain identifiable flight patterns. You could tell where they tread often by the temperature of the area. Hot spots. Where they don't go as often is much more safe cold spots. After I powered off my phone to save the last little bit of battery juice, some followers of the Twitter account figured out where I was and came to rescue me. They brought me to their shelter and had food and clean water, so I decided to live with them for about 2 months. Then I think the flight patterns changed, and we got found out. And they didn't make it. That's why I've had to learn how to evade the ships on my own over the last few weeks or so. Finally found a good cold spot. There's something that I've been avoiding talking about. When Daniel left, he said he would come back, but he never did. He basically left me for dead out there in the woods. I didn't really say anything here, but I was so angry at him. I couldn't believe I trusted him. But when I turned my phone back on, I got a flood of texts from him. Hey bud, you haven't answered any of my calls, so I don't really know if you're going to get this or not. I just wanted to say I'm sorry. The way I treated you, even the few times where my mind was actually clear, wasn't fair to you. I shouldn't have left you there. I was scared and I was confused and I didn't know what else to do. Because of what I know, I got in trouble with some people. They're threatening to kill me if I don't tell them what they want to know. Do you remember when we used to be close? Before moving away and starting our own lives? We were happy. I know it's something everyone says. Those were simpler times, but they really were. LOL. There was so much stuff I never did and never said. But it's too late now. I had my chances to fess up. Again, I'm so sorry. If I'm not a goner by the time you read this, here's the latitude. Here's the longitude. I wish I was a better friend to you. I wish I had responded to Danyan earlier. Hey, listen to me. You aren't a goner. You were not a goner. I'm gonna find you, okay? Please tell me you were reading these. His coordinates are really, really far away. But I have to find him. Even though I'm still upset at him for what he did, can't leave him in whatever the hell situation he's gotten himself into. I can't move on with that on my conscience. There's something else that I haven't told you all. I neglected to mention it because I had no idea what I saw or heard. But now I have actual proof. About a month ago, I saw one of the ships flying nearby, and after a loud noise, it suddenly exploded and then came crashing down. Honestly, at the time, I thought I was hallucinating or something. But now I'm fairly certain I wasn't. That's definitely not one of the ships. That's a jet. Happy birthday to me! Hey kid, glad to see you're online again. I'm sorry for popping off like I did. I let my emotions get the best of me. You're doing a good thing here with your Twitter. Don't be afraid to keep broadcasting people's first-hand accounts and experiences. Hello, Nat. My name is Leon, and I'm currently in my boarded-up home. People have been wandering around the streets, and it is hard to not help my neighbors. But it looks as though they have drank the water. Thank God that I was informed about how the water works. I have a theory that, instead of simply disappearing, the sun is still there, and the earth is covered by something. Whether it is by the largest alien ship or some sort of sheet, I don't know. But if the sun were gone, we'd be able to see millions of stars, because there would be no light pollution. But it is pitch black. Been slowly but surely making my way towards the coordinates Danyan sent. I get paranoid when I'm outside of a cold spot for too long. Whoever owned this car previously, they had an adult-sized sleeping bag and a child-sized sleeping bag in the back. It really hit me. Just how many people have been impacted by all of this? How many friends? How many families? I wish I could do more to help. It's weird being so open and talkative to you all now. But it's nice to actually communicate with people again. Hey Nat, I think I know where TSV might be. Last several weeks has been a lot of fighter jets flying around where I've been staying. Turns out there's an Air Force base, but not 10 miles from me. Do you think TSV is near an Air Force base? It's been quiet here for a long time. No lights, no people. Just cold and quiet. I'm much more stable now if that wasn't already obvious by these tweets. But the shit that happened, I keep replaying the events in my mind over and over and over and over. The images won't go away. My parents and my sister. A ship was there, and a blue flash just completely mutilated them. If I had done things differently, if I'd never stormed off after that screaming match and moved away, if I hadn't been selfish, they would still be alive right now. And then those fucking things came after me. Strobes, headlights, whatever you want to call them. I knew not to look at their red lights, so I shut my eyes as tight as I could. They didn't like that, so one grabbed me by the throat and repeatedly slammed my head into the wall. I got out of there within an inch of my life. And the thing I'll never forget, when I glanced back while running away, was seeing it look towards me. There was a large cylinder protruding from its head. And I swear to God, its arms and legs grew right in front of my eyes. Just read at the Mad Joys updates. Oh my God. Been staying in another cold spot. This one clearly hasn't been traveled in a long time. The trees are dying here. Used to have these kinds of evergreens in my backyard when I was a kid. It's disturbing to see them dying now. I'm a Russian soldier camping out an old military base, and recently killed what we called them,
Демонические огни.
or demon lights. We shot a ship out of the sky in an old World War II anti-air cannon, and it attacked our camp. We killed it with a T-14 Armada, an armored tank. We quickly learned contact with the body equals death. More are coming. Some are bigger than others, and a mothership is right above our base, and it will crush us if we shoot it. Please acknowledge this, for it might be our last stand. Just drove past a junkyard full of cars. Something odd I noticed. All of the mirrors were gone. Hi Nat, I'm Mike. Glad I found you. I was at my cabin near the border of Minnesota and Canada, close to Lake Superior when all this went down. I was probably the only one for miles at that point. I've never seen the flashing lights others are talking about, but it has gotten cold here fast. For a while I was catching fish and just living off of what I caught, but now I'm out of propane for the cabin. I do, however, have a generator and a ton of gasoline after stealing it from every house and cabin for 10 miles in every direction. Whenever I run out of gasoline, I'm likely going to die. That is terrifying. Here's the lake. It shouldn't be this cold in October. It has made fishing impossible. The snow isn't really snow. Superior is so big that when the wind blows, open parts of the lake spray water from the waves that become snow. None of it has come from the sky. There are no stars, no northern lights, and no sources of light other than the flash on my camera. After reading what you have written, I never do this anymore and try to stay as dark as possible. Luckily, about a mile away lives one of those crazy doomsday preppers. He had a bunker full of canned food, gasoline, guns, cash, 80-gallon drums of water, and another generator. We all have generators up here because of winter storms. He's been saving all this stuff since Y2K, almost 19 years ago. Finally came in handy, at least for me. I haven't seen another person for months. My water supply is fine because it's in those drums are from my own well. I would advise people who can move to get away to rural areas. It's dark and scary, but there are no flashing strobes nor zombie people. At least not yet. And if they come, I have more ammo than I know what to do with. I had a dream about Danyon, but it was more like a memory, I guess. When we were little, we would climb into this giant dead tree in our neighborhood. The branches could barely support our weight, so we would kick and push each other's branches until one eventually would snap. I can't help but feel like I'm already too late. I haven't heard a word from him. Something feels really off, but I can't put into words why. Wait, what the hell do you all mean I've been gone for a month? It's only been a week or so. I don't remember how I got here. I'm racking my brain, trying to think of what happened. I wish I tweeted more so I could remember. But you guys are right. It's been a month. You got some extra letters in that tweet, homie. Maybe take a nap? That's the first thing I'd do if I lost a whole month. Have you checked your camera roll or anything to see if there's any stuff from the days you missed? I feel like that's what I've been doing, napping. I have so little energy, but I should definitely check my camera roll. These were taken 4 years ago. For some reason, they were in an album called Remember. I know I sound crazy, but it feels okay to stay here. I think here is safe, next to the water. Next to the water. You need to leave now. You are not safe. This is exactly what the water is designed for. They're going to come for you. Something is keeping me here. I try to leave, but I just come right back. I don't know what to do. I can't believe I'm alive. I'm alive. It took everything out of me. I kept forgetting why I needed to leave. But you all helped me. Thank you. Thank you. I understand now what people mean when I hear about close encounters with these things. It isn't just a light. It looks into you. You alright? Yeah, just a bit scraped up. I meant mentally, not physically. I don't know. I feel different, I guess. I swear on my life that I didn't look into the light. It's just that I've never been this close to one before. Yeah, I think I understand what you mean. But what did you mean by, this is exactly what the water was designed for in your tweet? From what I've heard, that seems to be the purpose of whatever is in the water. It leaves you psychologically vulnerable and easily influenced by circumstances. The question is where it came from and why. Why do they want us alive? The blue light from the ships seems to be an exception, but I've had plenty of narrow escapes from the water, the headlights, and the ships. And I can't be the only one. I mean, I'm crafty, but not that crafty. What the hell do they want with us? I'm safe now. Free to answer any questions you all might have. How do you manage to get internet so you can talk with me? 50-50 chance of cell towers working. But I'm surprised how versatile internet servers are in situations like this. I've been asking that myself for a while now. I don't know how to say this without sounding like a tinfoil hatter, but I'm starting to feel like this isn't sheer luck. What's your next plan of action? Still making my way towards Danion's last known coordinates. I'm running low on fuel again, though. I've heard nothing from him still, but I reread his last text almost every day, trying to see if there's anything I've missed. Anything that could help. I'm still over 100 miles away. I really need to pick up the pace. But I also don't want to attract unwanted attention. I'm a musician from Japan. I've been trapped in a hotel for a while. I would have contacted, but it took me a while to translate from Japanese to English. One of these things has been staying around my hotel, and I'm not able to leave. I was able to get a picture though. So far, I think no one has gotten into the hotel other than us, who have been here from the start. I don't know what to do, because food is running short and we can't leave to get more. Do you think you'll be the same guy if you survive in the end? I don't want to be rude, but what end? I don't see how this is going to stop anytime soon. But I have to survive. I have to. I need to make sure Daniel is okay, at the very least breathing. He's all I have now. No other friends, no family. This is my chance to make things right. Make it right? He left you for dead. No, he didn't. In his text, he talked about getting in trouble with some people. He was running. It wasn't his fault. A question for all of you. What's your reason to wake up in the morning? Are you okay? Yeah, I'll be fine. Anyway, I have some news of my progress. I'm on a highway. The quickest route to get to Danion's coordinates. Only problem is that this highway takes me through a city. It's risky, but if I take the chance, going through the city will take much less time than trying to go around. What do you guys think? City it is. I'll start driving again soon. Wish me luck.
Thank you so much to our Patreon members and YouTube members for making all this content possible. You know who you are.